first exercise, leg extension. So again, we're gonna do feet close together. That way we can work the outer quads. Now I was pushing 160. Now I'm doing 220. My knees, my joints, everything, muscles are warmed up. Now I've seen a lot of videos where, people do, especially bodybuilders, they're saying they pyramid up on their warm-up sets. They do 2 to 3 sets, and then before they do their actual sets. Now for me, like I said, I just do partial reps, and I pyramid also up. But I do just maybe, I don't know, around 10 reps, partial reps. I just pump the weight, just like I told y'all before. Get the joints, get my muscles, pump some blood in there before the actual weight. I don't try to exhaust myself or the muscle I'm gonna work. I'll save that for my working set. I don't like to spend a lot of time on the warm-ups. Just get it warmed up, ready. My mind's already set on the weight I'm pushing. So again, that way I can go hard on my actual working set. Don't try to fatigue myself. After my first exercise or 2 exercises, then I'll start doing just maybe 1 warm-up. If I do quads in the beginning, I'll warm up with 1 set on my hands. All right. Now, when I used to do the 160, my drop set, the weight was 50 pounds after that 160. Now, I'm doing 220, and when I drop the weight, that's it, 100 pounds. Now, when I do feel a little bit more, with more energy, I might do a 3rd drop set, which it'll end up to 50 pounds. So it will be 220, then drop it to 100 pounds, then drop it again to 50 pounds. Again, it's just 2 sets, per muscle. Okay, now we're going to work the inner part of your legs. The teardrop and upper up here. Now, one thing here, when you're doing it, what I'm doing is opening my knees wider. Like I said, trying to work the inside. So as you're doing it, and if you feel pain on your knees over here, it's just rearrange your legs. What's happening is you're probably having it too wide to where you're putting more stress on your knees and actual muscles. So just realign your feet, and to where you feel more of the tension on your inner thighs. Now the weight I was pushing was 130, and again my drop set was at 50. Now I'm at 160, and then my drop set is going to be at 85. Now when I do reps like this on my second drop, you know, when I do maybe 5, 6, I tend to drop it again. And we're dropping it to 50, 40 I mean. And then try to do some more, a little bit more, you know. Now when I drop the weight, you know, on my first heavy set, you know, I'm trying to do 8 reps. When I drop the weight, I'm trying to do again 8 to 10 reps. Now if I can't do 8 to 10, just say if I do 5, 6, then I drop the weight again. You know, that way I can finish those reps. And usually, if I do 5 reps on my second on my drop set, then usually I do 5 to 6 on my third drop set. You know, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and take me a little breather and do another set. Next exercise, we're gonna work the hams. I've seen this exercise. You know, I do it all the time for my hams. Okay, weight I was pushing was 130. And when I dropped the weight was 55. Now I'm doing 160, and then I dropped the weight to 85. Again, on the second drop, on the drop set, if I do 5 reps or less, then I'll drop the weight again. You know, so I can do maybe 5, 6 more reps after that. Again, before I'm doing my working set, you know, I warmed up. Next exercise. Now I like to alternate these two exercises. I believe this one, you get that better squeeze. It's just the gravity of the weight pushing you down and you're trying to hold it up, So when you're doing some bicep curls, you have your arm extended, it's just that extra stretch. I feel it more on my bottom of my glutes, more, stretch there, my hands. It's just compared to the other exercise where you're seated down, pushing your legs back towards you. It's just, better stretch. You can do this at the end of your workout again, stretch your hand, or in the middle like me. Okay, the weight I was pushing was 100 pounds, and again I dropped it to 55 pounds. Now I'm doing 130, and I drop it to 70. As you see there, there's times where my first few reps, I don't get 8 or 10 reps. Like I told you before, if I get below 8, I'll drop it twice. We're gonna do the hack squats now. Y'all seen know how I do it. I'm doing 2 variations, doing my toes facing out. The other one with feet close together. Feet close together works more of my outer quads, toes pointed out. Again, it's more the inside. I know I've done it on the leg extensions, but it just you got to put some weight on there. You got to lift some heavy weight, to really contract and really trigger the muscles, to grow. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do my partials, warm up. So I'll start off with 1 plate, 2 plates, 3 plates, and I've been doing 4 plates. I was doing the most 2 plates in the quarter, so now I'm doing 4 plates. Okay, now that's how my warm-ups for the hat squats look like. I always done it like that. Maybe 1, 2 the most reps on each weight. Again, I'm not trying to exhaust myself. Key thing here, the most important thing is foot placement, especially on toes pointed out. I'm trying to get my foot placement just right, to where again I'm feeling more than my inner quads. I'm still gonna work my chair drop, but what I'm trying to put all the weight, it's on my chair drop and my inner leg, not just my chair drop. Because I said it on my previous video, I think the half squat, on foot placements and stuff like that. If you have your feet, again, toes pointed out, and your feet, certain wide distance, it's gonna target, it'll target, a specific muscle. It might target more your chair drop, or the chair drop and your inner thighs. What you want to do is just target your chair drop, because that's a lot of weight for just your little small muscle. It's this muscle right here. So if you feel all the weight on there, realign your feet. I think you have to go a little bit wider. Your feet a little bit wider, and just play with it again. That's what I'm figuring out. My foot placement, where I'll feel everything in here, not just my chair drop. Because I've done it before where I just feel my chair drop and I'll start getting a cramp or pain there, and it fucks up my leg workout. So tip, your foot placement, when you're doing your toes out, that way you won't injure yourself. So foot placement, key thing. Second thing, it's just mind and muscle connection, what muscle you're gonna target, and the weight. Also the weight, as I'm going up, I have that feel, where I think I can do, another 25 or another plate. So I don't go all the way to my max, my working set on the weight as I'm warming up. So I figure, 3 plates. That tells me, okay, I can do another plate. Now. When the 4 plates start getting easier, as I'm doing it on my warm-ups, if I know, I can do another plate, I will, or 25. But for right now, when I do the 3 plates, it's kind of heavy, but I think, I can do another plate or another quarter. That's when I add, that extra weight again. So try it out and see for yourself. Again, that's how I warm up. I don't want to exhaust myself. I still want to have that energy. Push that heavy weight. All right, put my belt on, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Oh my God. And those 4 plates really, shock me. Usually I do 4 or 5 reps. Shit happens. Just in that case, like you noticed where I dropped the weight halfway, and I did whatever I could, and I did body squats. That's one way to get stronger. That's fine if you do 2, 3, 4 reps. Just make sure you drop it. Where you can get your 8 to 12 reps. Now, if you want to, you can do body weights or drop the weight again. Do about 8 to 10 more reps. One of the fucking methods is gonna, make your muscles grow. So, yeah, that's how. That's how I do it. If I can't complete, 8 reps on my first one, then I'll drop it twice. All right, take me a little breather. Then we're gonna do the close. Feet close together with your outer quads. Oh. All right. Shit, I'm fucking hot now. I'm sweaty. Legs are already real pumped up. That's the reason I leave these head squats pretty much at the end of my workout, because it takes a lot of energy out of me. So let's get to it. Now, right here I was doing 3 plates on the feet close together. Since I only did 2 reps on my toes pointed out on 4 plates, it would have been best for me to do 3. But like I told y'all, I just went by the feel. I felt like I can do 4 plates again for 4 to 5 reps, which I didn't. So instead of doing 3 plates, I'm gonna do 2 plates. Again, on feet close together. Now, I'll alternate on these both. That way I can get, all my muscles equally strong. So on my next set on toes pointed out, I'm gonna do probably do 3 plates. Again, we'll see. Let's get it. Whew. Damn. It feels good. All right, it's gonna be time to wrap it up. It's gonna do forearms and some abs side to side, and head on home.